Have you ever felt exhausted from always trying to look cool, funny, pretty, or interesting? Like you're not allowed to be just average? Like, life is constantly a spotlight for us. I think for everyone, especially Gen Z, Gen Z, pasti bakal ngerasain itu sih. Semua orang pasti bakal ngerasain itu, apalagi dengan tren-tren media yang kayak sometimes at some point ngebuat semua orang tuh buat ada kewajiban buat mengikuti si tren tersebut
kayak
gitu.
FOMO gitu
Iya,
ya?
kayak FOMO. FOMO itu maksudnya adanya FOMO ini tuh kayak cikal bakalnya orang-orang kayak I think they will stress out from that term.
From the trend
yeah,
itself.
from the trend itself. Like, I mean, of course it's understandable because sometimes I enjoy the pop culture as well. Sometimes I enjoy the trend as well. But there are some point that I like. Of course, there is no obligatory for us to do the trend or whatsoever. But like, like sometimes there is a need. There is a need to be in that trend in order for us to relate with everyone. Because sometimes like when we were hang out or whatsoever, like there will be a time that we were talking about a specific trend that sometimes like in order for us to relate to that trend,
We have to join the trend.
yeah, we have to join the trend, even though we don't want it, and yeah, that's I think that's kind of exhausting, like to keep following the trend, to keep following everything in order for us to, I don't know, at this point I think it's not attractiveness anymore. It's like an obligatory for us, to join it even though like we don't want it. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna talking about. We're gonna talking about everything, like why do we feel the need to be look attractive, to be look as interesting, to be look like any
Spotlight.
any shit, like I don't know, bro. Because it's kind of relate to me, especially for me and him, of course, as an Asian, that this Asian value is really, really like sometimes frustrating to the point that what the fuck is this? Why must life be so hard at this point? Like, why can't we just chill, bro? Okay, here study from University at Buffalo said that pressure to always look good is connected to appearance based on rejection sensitivity, a fear of being rejected based on looks. See, that's what I'm talking about. So I think the thing is that people who want to follow the trend is not that they want it. I think it's because of the fear of the rejection from their friend, from their society, just because that they don't relate to what they are talking about at that day. So like there will be always a pressure, like even when we don't realize to that, but the pressure is always on our mind, in our mind, Sorry for my English. This is not my first English. This is not my first. This is not my first language, and we just wanna talk in English. So I mean, will be in my native language, which is in Bahasa Indonesia, so that the exposure will be all over the world. So people will understand what we're talking about, even though we're not talking comprehensively like everyone does. But fuck that. Okay. Again, if we're talking about the study that has been examined before in University at Buffalo. Sorry, I kind of burp. As you can see, every day kita lihat video TikTok at least like how much, like approximately I think it would be like 100-200 video every day, right? And just imagine like you are seeing like a lot of people along with the good appearance that the society again made that standard for. But yeah, like just imagine you are watching 200 videos of people who has a good appearance, and then like it or no, the pressure that you are watching from the exposure, the social media, it would be like stuck on our mind, and to the point that we're going to, that
we have to be them.
Yeah,
we have to
we
be
have
like
to
them.
be like them or whatsoever. Like we kind of like every day, like we kind of like taking care of ourselves. Taking care of ourselves is a good thing, but it wouldn't be good if there is a need to, be cool for everyone, not for ourselves. Like we want to change something on our body for for your friend, for your crushes, for your situationship, or for whoever the fuck is that. And I mean, like, don't you feel tired about being that, being
attractive all the time.
Okay, according to some researchers that I don't recognize the name and I don't know how to pronounce it. Pressure comes from three main resources. From three sources. So they are media, peers, and family. I think kenapa kayak I think? Kayaknya, tapi if we're talking about family, I think family has one of the biggest contribution for us
to feel the pressure.
Of
being attractive all the time.
Not being attractive. I think I think not only being attractive, but being cool, being able to do something, being passionate to do something. Most of them came from our family. Because as I remember when I was kid, no shade for my family, of course, okay? No shade. I just want to share my story and just I wanna just talk about the culture, because I don't for me personally, I don't think it's a good experience for me to experience that in such young age. Let me eat that grape because today we bought a grape. Okay. So there was a moment where when I was kid, like every year, there would be a family gathering and we went to some villa or whatsoever, and then at that day we're going to so each family are going to show our own
ability,
our own skills, our own unique skill that we're passionate. And back then at that time, I don't even recognize my own body. I don't even know who the fuck I am, and yet alone they force me to do what I am passionate about. Like, how am I supposed to know that if I don't even know who I am, right? So I think it was in the morning, everybody already showed the skills. Just like it's a simple thing that they did, but yet like we are a kid back then, we don't even know who truly we are. So back then I was pretending to sleep at my in the room, and then just because like I don't want to go to downstairs to show my skill, and to the point that like my parent mad at me, like, and my mom said that please ayo turun ke bawah, yang lain udah pada ini itu, masa kamu mau diem aja sih, mama malu, katanya. I was kind of like I was sad at that time, like just to hear that those words came from my mom. And yeah, like
but I'm not kind of related to your story, cause since I was a child, gua kayak dibilangin sama keluarga atau orang tua gua kayak be yourself, lu terserah lu mau ngapain aja.
Technically my father and my mom told me that be yourself, but at least you need to have something that you passionate about. Understood? Tapi ya at that time I wasn't even recognize myself, bro. How can I know that what I am passionate about, So just to be clear that my parent doesn't tell me to do what to do, but they will let me be whoever I want. But at least I need to have something that passionate about. Okay, so I'm going to throw it on the bin. Don't worry. Jadi gimana ya? Menurut gua tuh kultur-kultur yang kayak gini yang ada di society kita tuh beneran sangat toksik, karena menurut gua menjadi biasa aja itu adalah hal yang sangat wajar, karena ketika adanya luar biasa itu tidak mungkin tidak ada orang yang biasa aja gitu. If the extraordinary exists, it wouldn't be possible if the ordinary exists, like both of them are
harus berdampingan.
Iya, harus berdampingan. Keduanya itu emang harus berdampingan, like it or no gitu. And I mean it's not like it or no. I mean it's like you have to accept it, because not everyone can be
extraordinary.
I mean, who the fuck said that person is extraordinary and that person is ordinary? Who the fuck setting them up? Of course, the society. Karena standar-standar yang muncul itu maksudnya itu tuh kayak sekarang tuh terkesan jadi sebuah paksaan gitu anjir, padahal maksudnya itu it should be an option gitu. It shouldn't be obligatory, Like just imagine, I don't know, a little kid feeling that pressure, how hard it would be. After we're talking about this, I think we should jump out to him about the real event that he experienced, because why the fuck am I the only one who being oversharing right now? Why don't you?
Tapi gue pernah.
You know what? I remember that you told me that most of your family member are taking the engineering.
Tapi emang tuh masuk ke topik ini?
Iya, of course. Like for example, how if here's the thing. So most of my family member are studying about Islamic study. I mean, which Islam is my religion, and all of my family member are also Muslim, and then most of them are talking about studying about that. And just because like our background of family are big, are apa kayak tokoh agama. But I knew from when I was kid that I'm not going to do this. I want to take another way to pursuing my own career, and but there are always kayak gimana ya? There are always like being like there always feel that kayak ada suatu keharusan tetap mengikuti apa yang orang-orang ikutin in order for me to stay relevant, in order for me to get validation from other people. Because karena menurut gue of course it's understandable if what I am doing is different, they will think that it's not related to what most of our family member did. That's why they don't. I mean, it's not about like they don't want to celebrate my
your dream career.
Yeah, I mean, whatsoever, but I mean, it's still understandable. But the thought of that is making me like the need to be like other people, and it's not healthy at all. Like, why would I want to do something in order for me to get like a validation from other people? Like, it should be like we should doing our life like enjoyable, like we know exactly what we like and what we don't like, right? Why we like kenapa kita harus ngelakuin hal yang kita gak suka cuman buat orang lain gitu? Kayak life should be enjoyable, like that's what I mean,
Tapi gue tuh pernah waktu gue lulus SMK, gue ikut UTBK gitu. Ada dua pilihan, ada dua jurusan yang gue pilih. Yang pertama itu teknik geologi, yang kedua itu keselamatan kan K3 gitu, safety work.
Iya, safety work.
Meanwhile keluarga besar gue tuh antara arsitek atau enggak civil engineering. Terus gue kan 3 tahun di SMK, itu gue belajar tentang arsitek dan sivil, kayak digabung gitu 50-50. Nah pas gue ngasih tahu ke keluarga besar gue di family gathering yang lu bilang itu, kalau gue milih geologi sama K3, mereka kayak feel disappointed on me gitu. Kayak kenapa?
Even though it's indirectly, right? Even though it's not directly, like I'm disappointed you because you don't take the another. Why don't you take the architect or the civil engineering? But then, like, of course, it's not directly, but it's the thought. It's still there, you know. The disappointment. It's still showing, even though it's indirectly. I think, yeah. See, another proof that we keep following the standard that it's not even relatable for us, you know, sometime.
They say like, lu udah 3 tahun belajar arsitek atau sivil, kenapa lu pilih geologi yang mengarah gua untuk belajar dari awal lagi? Kenapa lu nggak ngelanjutin sivil atau arsitek gitu?
Iya.
Kenapa gue bisa banting setir ke geologi? Karena gue waktu itu pernah magang di suatu perusahaan dan gue tertarik gitu dengan jurusan geologi itu.
Ya maksudnya anyway life keep changing. It wouldn't be stayed on the same page, you know. Like if there is something you know, like if you find something more interesting than what you did before, like then go ahead for that, you know. Why would you still doing the thing that it's not enjoyable anymore, you know.
Terus juga kalau misalkan kita lebih suka hal yang baru ini ditimbang hal yang lama, jadi kita lebih passionate untuk ke hal yang lebih baru gitu loh.
Iya benar.
Enjoy doing the things-nya.
Karena maksudnya sebelum lu SMK juga pun itu pun ya gua gak tahu ya, kayak you don't even know that you want it or no, right? Yeah, so like it's yet alone it's still gimana ya? Itu sebuah bukan
tapi
paksaan.
Sebenarnya kan
you enjoy doing that or no?
Gue sebelumnya tuh nggak tahu. Jadi kayak ada yang ngomong kakek gue tuh arsitek. Gue jadi kayak termotivasi untuk menjadi arsitek gitu, meneruskan keluarga gue.
Yeah, just like my big family, like my ancestor or like along with my grandfather, mereka itu spokesperson of religion, and I don't feel like I want to do like they did, you know, like, but it doesn't mean that I'm not a good like it doesn't mean that gimana ya, it doesn't mean kayak kalau gue gak ngelakuin itu, it doesn't mean I'm not a good man as well gitu. Kayak even though like I'm just because I'm doing different ways that you did, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be something that
sebenarnya kalau kayak gitu it is our own life kan.
Iya.
Maksudnya kita yang ngelakuin.
Gue pernah dengar sorry buat motong. Gue pernah dengar kalau misalnya kita tuh sebenarnya gak punya free will gitu di dunia ini tuh. Gue pernah dengar dari filosofer siapa gitu, gue lupa. Pokoknya intinya apa yang kita lakuin itu setiap hari itu tuh bukan berdasarkan our free will gitu. It based on our belief. It based on the exposure that we get from other person, from the media, from such else. Intinya kita tuh sebenarnya gak bebas gitu dalam melakukan apapun itu. Nah, jadinya gimana ya? Apa tadi kata lu? Gue lupa ngomong apa lu?
Maksud gue ini kan hidup kita, kenapa nggak kita nentuin aja gitu?
Iya. Ya tapi ya of course. As what I say gitu kan, lu memilih si geologi itself kan, you got interest from other people, right? So it's not came from your own actually, right?
Iya.
Ya kan? Jadi apa yang kita lakuin tuh based on what other people already did actually, but we just choose different ways gitu. Paham kan?
Paham, ngerti.
Kayak misalnya gua terus ada juga study katanya yang bilang kita tuh melakukan daily routine tuh, bahkan otak kita tuh sebelum otak kita berpikir mau ngapain, kita tuh udah ngelakuin hal itu gitu, karena that's how ya gitu, that's how
Kebiasaan.
bukan kebiasaan, gimana ya, aduh lupa, I need to look up to the Google guys. Should I look up right now or I will put it on the text I think. Okay. Anyway, ya jadi gitulah guys. Walaupun ini kita ngebahasnya kemana-mana, but at least I think it's still on topic, right? It's still in topic. I think dari semua hal ini juga gimana ya, the social media is also the biggest contribution to make the situation even worse, you know. How the pop culture, how the trend, as we talk about that on the beginning, I think the social media make those things even worse, you know. Kayak gimana ya, kayak setiap hari lu bayangin aja, misalnya lu lagi tiduran gak ngapa-ngapain, pakai baju gembel, bukan baju gembel, maksudnya baju biasa aja, ya. Dan lu ngelihat orang-orang yang presentable. I mean, of course, being presentable, I think it should be gimana ya? It
Harus
should be
lebih-
obligatory, I think. But it's not. It doesn't has to be expensive shit. But of course, like at least you look, you know, you look
good.
You look
Like,
neat. You look neat. You look presentable.
Lu bisa bukan kenapa.
Kayak ya udah lu pakai, yang penting rapih aja gitu. It shouldn't be like expensive. Anyway, the sun is not out again. I'm gonna take off my sunglasses, and what?
Gue lupa tadi mau ngomong apa.
Ya intinya gitulah. Gimana ya? Kayak
Tapi is it okay kalau misalkan gua sebagai diri gua tuh terlihat boring gitu di depan orang lain? Maksudnya kayak
menurut gua at some point, kalau misalnya maksudnya if you choose that I want to be, you know, like at specific time, like I don't want to talk with anybody, like I don't have apa ya, the social battery, you know, to talk with anyone. I think of course it's a fucking okay gitu if you want to decide to be silent at a specific day, but
I'm that kind of person yang social battery itu gampang banget habis. Jadi kayak after I'm doing something or what, gua bakal ngerasa capek gitu.
iya, ya maksudnya ya iya, apalagi kalau kata gue menurut gue kayak tidak ada apa ya, gak harus ada kewajiban buat lo catching up with what's happening in your surrounding, in your surrounding, you know. Kayak menurut gue it's totally okay if you want to be silent at a specific time just because you don't have the energy to do like what everyone does. And by the way, speaking, tadi kan gue belum jump out ya. Jump up. Kayak lu bayangin misalnya lu lagi nonton dengan baju lu yang biasa aja di rumah. Apalagi it would be even worse if you don't have any activity, you know, like a job or school or whatsoever. Kayak looking up to those people who, you know, who passionate to do something, to look, you know, to keep mereka kayak showing their attractiveness in social media. Just imagine how tired it would be gitu. Kayak that's why I think the social media make it even worse about the situation itself, right? Also, I think for me being present is more better than it's not better. I mean, like being present is like more than being attractive, you know. Instead of thinking of what we look every time, you know, constantly imagine constantly thinking about how do we look every time. I think it would be, instead of thinking those shit, I would rather choose to be present, you know, at that moment, because kayak menurut gue the most attractive thing is like when you are being present, like karena being present itu kayak it would make you more natural. And when you are being natural, like being who you are, it would kayak itu bakal membuat jadi magnetic buat orang lain gitu. It would become the attractiveness, It's attractive shouldn't only about physical, how do we look, what we dress, and or such thing. I think
could be also film,
music. Yeah, exactly. Like instead of thinking those things, I think because like even kalau mau sebagus apapun kita dress up, kayak gimana ya? Maksudnya bakal ada orang yang gak bakal suka aja, dan daripada kita capek-capek mikirin constantly how do we look, mendingan kita being present at that moment aja, so that we can being natural, so we can being ourselves. And that is, I think that's kayak itu tuh yang malah ngebuat lo jadi atraktif gitu, paham gak sih?
Ngerti.
Kayak,
Setuju sih.
and also I think the most attractive is like when someone talking thing that they passionate about, until like paham gak sih kayak
Ngerti. Misalkan gue lagi ngobrolin sesuatu dan lu suka atau
ya bukan passionate juga ya, maksudnya kayak misalnya gue lagi ngobrol sama orang yang tahu dia tuh suka apa gitu.
Misalkan kita lagi nih, gue lagi nonton Game of Thrones diem-diem, terus lu ngeliat
Terus,
kan,
iya.
terus lu langsung kayak, lu nonton Game of Thrones juga,
Iya,
kayak gitu.
Ini tadi lagi bahas apa kita? Kita lagi bahas apa dah? Kita lagi bahas apa anjir?
Yang tadi itu loh, yang being presentable is better than being attractive.
Yeah. And also I take another hot take, right? I mean it's not a hot take, I think. Kayak gue suka aja kalau misalnya gue lagi ngobrol sama orang yang dia tuh tahu gitu, dia tuh lagi ngobrolin apa gitu, paham gak sih? They know what they are talking about, to the point like they don't even know how to speak properly just because how the excitement exists in their mind, Just for example, I watched Game of Thrones earlier than him, and I convinced him to watch that, and I'm so fucking excited to talk about how the plot going on, and how the every detail is matter. Anyway, I think intinya gimana ya guys? Intinya kalau lu jadi diri lu sendiri, I think itu malah yang yang bikin atraktif gitu, instead of being in the standard of the society gitu. We should embrace ourselves, bitches.
Dan juga kita setiap hari nggak perlu kayak jadi spotlight gitu.
Ya of course, I think ya. Karena sebenarnya pada akhirnya kayak gimana ya? Most of us doesn't care about what other people do. I mean, like, and yet alone, why you keep caring about how other people will think about
But it depends on the environment, gak sih?
Yeah, of course. Like it depend on the environment, and also it depend on what thing that we are talking about, But I think if we are talking about attractive or whatsoever, I think nobody really give a fuck about that, I mean, and kayak udah mau orang lain gak peduli, lu malah mikirin diri lu, kayak itu capek banget anjir. Mendingan kayak being peace with yourself, make a peace with yourself. Now 1, 2, 3, make a peace with yourself.
Until now I can make a peace with myself.
Kayak gitu. Iya, karena kalau misalnya lu udah ngerasa secure sama diri lu sendiri, you will be confident at any moment. Fuck, that's such a exhausting shit, that we.
The voices in our head is louder than society.
Iya lagi anjir. Jadi sekarang menurut tuh conclusionnya apa? Poin yang kita pengen at least jangan dulu poin dah. Kita kita bahas the small step that we can apa yang bisa kita kurangin buat kita biar ngerasa kalau misalnya being the need to be cool is, you know, is not an obligatory.
Sebenarnya menurut gue pengalaman pribadi gue tuh dulu emang kayak suka banget untuk tampil atraktif or spotlight or cool
Ih.
gitu kan.
Me too.
Terus sekarang gue kayak gue lebih berusaha untuk bodo amatan gitu. Tapi bukan bodo amatan tentang perawatan diri sendiri atau maksudnya lu harus tampil baik cuman untuk diri lu, bukan untuk diri orang lain. Itu sih yang kayak gitu.
Nah iya benar. Karena me personally, I really like to dress up as well, but it's not like I want to show it to everyone that I'm dressing up, but I want to feel, you know, I just want to feel that I look good, you know, for myself. For myself. And that is not an obligatory to feel that way, I think. Kayak gue ngerasa pengen, karena ya gue ngerasa suka aja kalau misalnya gue dress up, paham kan? It's not nor for everyone nor for apa ya. Anyway.
Tapi ya intinya kayak gitu.
Ya intinya you got the idea, right? You get the idea.
You should get the idea.
By the way, I also wrote how like small step to release the pressure itself from our mind. I think the first one is we should limit media that triggers insecurity. Yes, that's
Itu betul.
fucking right. Kayak menurut gua gimana ya? For example, nih lu punya idol dan idol itu tuh kayak udah ada to the point that you want to be like her or him or them. Dan maksudnya it would make the insecurity even, you know, getting worse every day. I think you shouldn't stop admiring that people. I think you should put limit to your mind that if you're being maksudnya if you're being over for from what you are doing, I think you should set the limit and go touch some grass. Go touch some grass, bitch, like what we did, okay? Because this shit, I think it's, you know, it's more enjoyable rather than, you know, being in room feeling insecure or whatsoever. Touch some grass. The second one, follow account that inspire, not one that make you compare. Maksudnya gimana ya? Gua tahu orang-orang apa ya, artis, maksudnya TikToker, selebgram yang kayak they branding is to, you know, to make an inspiration video, itu malah ngebuat kita capek, paham gak sih kadang? Paham kan? Misalnya siapa ya? Gue gak mau nyebut nama lah. Ya maksudnya ya gitu, adalah beberapa orang yang kayak me personally ya, I don't have beef with anyone. I mean you do you. Tapi gue ngerasa kadang misalnya ada orang-orang yang bikin inspiration video kayak no, for example kayak capek anjir, malah jadi capek, malah bukannya jadi inspirasi, malah jadi emosi nih gue lihat. What I'm trying to say, follow follow someone that inspire you tuh, ya udah follow someone that you like and give some inspiration to you as well gitu. There is no obligatory, like there is no specific account that you need to follow, but like if you like that person and then and you feel like you give the energy or whatsoever apa ya, lead to you, you should follow them. Paham gak sih guys? Ini episode pertama, mind you, this is my first episode that I'm talking in front of camera. The pressure is also here, and I kind of like need to feel chill, bro. Chill. Third one is write down things you are proud of, not because they are cool, but because they are real. What do you think about it?
Menurut gue kayak setuju banget untuk ngebangun rasa, gimana ya bilangnya,
kayak buat at least itu jadi reminder lah gitu. Kalau misalnya lu nulis gitu, every time you are in your insecurity word and you are look up to the right that you wrote, I think, you know, it would be a reminder that
Gue tuh dulu pernah di fase ini.
Iya gitu. It's not a bad life to call. It's just a bad days to call. Sorry. Jadi instead of maksudnya lu nulis hal-hal yang lu banggain gitu. Tapi bukan suatu hal yang gak realistis ya. Of course it should be a reality. For example, if you are journaling with yourself, then you are walking 5 miles, then you should write that today I write this, and then today I write this. Today I walk 5 miles, and then I look to my ngelihat sekeliling gue, ternyata sekeliling gue tuh view-nya bagus, banyak orang-orang
Today
seru,
I eat good.
Yeah, today I eat good. You know, something like that gitu. And the last one that I wrote is you are not content, you are a human being. That is actually true. I think the lightning is getting worse, right? Because it's getting dark. We need to be hurry. Yeah, just remember that you are not a fucking content. That the content that you see is always look fucking good and cool. But you are not them. You are not the content. You are a fucking human being that sometimes you have a average day. Sometimes you don't feel the need. You don't feel like you want to dress up, and it's so fucking okay. And it's totally fucking okay. It's understandable. Okay, remember that you are a human being. Okay, and also I wrote about reflection question for the listener, which is for you, bitches, my new friends. The first question that you should ask to yourself is, who are you when no one watching? That's because when no one watching you, that is who you truly are. Okay, closing ya. We're going to jump to the closing. Just because like it's getting dark, and fun fact, we're sitting on our university grass, and I'm afraid that the security will drag us out, you know. So we jump out to conclusion. Inti dari semua hal ini, inti dari semua yang kita omongin itu apa? Menurut gua, today we learn that being attractive, being cool, being excellent, being amazing or such thing is not an obligatory. What obligatory is being yourself, being who you are gitu, being content every day. Like you shouldn't look up to people's standard in order for you to feel cool and to get validation. You should being mindful for what you see on internet, for what everything, you know, like from what other people say to you. You should set a limit on your mind that whether it's still acceptable or no for your well-being. So yeah, you should take care of yourself, bro. And also please share about your thought about this topic. What do you think about it? Please don't come up with us and tell that we are
bad at podcast.
Yeah, we are bad at podcast. Please don't tell us that, because this is our first episode talking in front of camera. Instead, criticize us to lead in a good way, okay? In a more better way. And give us some thought about, you know, something that you come up yang ada di hidup lu, Tell me about it, okay? One last time, take care of yourself, guys. And remember that being yourself, being who you are, is totally okay.
You're not a content.
You're not a content. You're just a human being. We are just a human being. Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening. If you are listening until the end, I hope you are enjoy your life instead of taking care of what other people think, of what other people, you know, try to tell you what to do. F them up. Papa, bye bye. Mampus gak di record.